Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to use data classification in Microsoft Purview. So as a Microsoft 365 administrator or compliance administrator, you can evaluate and then tag content in your organization in order to control where it goes, and you can protect it no matter where it is, and also ensure that it is preserved and deleted according to your organization needs. So now you have to do this through the application of sensitivity labels, retention labels, and sensitive information type classification. Now, when it comes to discovery, there are various ways to discovery, evaluation, and tagging, but the end result is that you may have very large numbers of documents and emails that are tagged and classified with one or more of these labels, right? It cannot have a single label, but multiple labels. So I'll just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. I'll log on to purview.azure.com, purview.microsoft.com, I'm sorry. It'll take a few minutes. Now, when it comes to data classification in the Microsoft Purview portal or Microsoft Defender portal, I'm on Purview portal. If you see here, all right, so when you see solutions, you have lots of solutions here, right? And if you see, you can go to Defender portal from here as well. Now, what does data classification do? Data classification will scan your sensitive content and labeled content before you create any policies. Okay, now if you come on the Defender portal, you will see classification here, and then you'll see data classification. See that here. We'll have to go to Purview only. All right, so now this is called zero change management. What it does, it lets you see the impact that all the retention and sensitivity labels are having in your environment. Now there are some permissions. In order to get access to the data classification page, an account must be assigned membership, right? It can be a global admin, compliance administrator, security administrator, or compliance data administrators. And then you can use the roles and role groups that you can use to fine tune your access controls, which are, there is a list of applicable roles. So permissions in the Microsoft Purview compliance portal would range from information protection admin, information protection analyst, information protection investigator, information protection reader. You can read more about it on the Microsoft documentation and set up the permissions that you want to set up. Now there are some sensitive information types used in most of your content, which is such as an item containing a social security number or a credit card number, right? So now there is more information on sensitive information types with definitions that you can see on the Microsoft documentation. But the top classification sets, if you see, are the US financial data, US personally identification information or US PII data, US Health Assurance Act, which is HIPAA UK financial data, and so on and so forth. Now you can explore data by industry regulators in the Content Explorer, right? So what it does, we will use the Content Explorer to discover, explore the data. Okay, and then you can apply the top sensitivity labels to the content. Because when you apply a sensitivity label to an item, either by using Microsoft 365 apps and services or the Microsoft Purview information protection client and scanner, two things will happen. A tag that indicates the value of the item to your org is embedded in the document, and it will follow it wherever it goes. And the presence of the tag enables various protective behaviors such as mandatory watermarking or encryption. Sensitivity labels must be labeled for files that are in the SharePoint and OneDrive in order for the corresponding data to surface in the data classification page. And then you have the top retention labels applied to the content. Now, retention labels are used to manage the retention and disposition of content in your organization, because when it is applied, they can be used to control how long an item will be kept before deletion, whether it should be reviewed prior to deletion, when its retention period expires, and whether it should be marked as a record. And if you want to start with the Content Explorer, now the Content Explorer allows you to natively view the items that were summarized on the overview page. So now if you go to the home, this is my lab tenant because we don't see much here mentioned. Now you see here, right, the data, sensitivity label, classifiers, poster status of the data, trial and recommendations. We'll cover all of these in the coming videos, but not for now. I'll do it one by one. This is the learn page that opens up with the documents, videos, and blogs. All right, so if you see the compliance manager, if you go to Microsoft Purview compliance portal, type in Microsoft Purview compliance portal, compliance.microsoft.com. Now what it says is, we'll go to data classification, and then we will go to the Content Explorer. All right, the reason I think I'm not able to see the Content Explorer under the data classification, because as per Microsoft documentation, I don't have Content Explorer list viewer or Content Explorer content viewer role membership on my ID. So how would you do it? You go to settings tab, you click on roles and scopes, you click on role groups, and here you look for the role group that you want to add member to. Hit enter. You see the content viewer. Edit this. You choose a user. I choose my name. Select it. Click on next. Save. It might take up to an hour for the role included in this role group to be fully assigned to all members. We recommend letting the members know they were included in this role group, what permissions they were granted, and which user scope were added. Okay, click on OK. You have this role now, and it says I have a lab tenant. I don't think it will take that much of a time, but still I'll have to wait for a few minutes. Okay, now there are Microsoft Purview roles and role groups, which you see here. These are all of them. Different role groups, requirement as per your need. Right now, why did I add myself to that permissions to see what Content Explorer is? Because Content Explorer shows a current snapshot of the items that have a sensitivity label. There is one more reason you might not see the Content Explorer, because you have not applied any sensitivity label or a retention label, or you have not classified your data if it's sensitive or not in your organization. Okay, now when it comes to sensitive information types, a DLP policy can help protect sensitive information which is defined as a sensitive information type. First, you will do the data classification through the Content Explorer and classify your data as sensitive or non-sensitive, or how sensitive it is. Then you will apply a DLP policy to protect the sensitive information, which is data labeling policy. Or that's why we call it DLP. You might have heard DLP a lot of times. It is not only the the data loss prevention is not only confined to Microsoft Purview, it comes with other tools as well, data loss prevention tools, but we are only specifically talking about Microsoft Purview here. Now you will use the definition from many common sensitive information types from across many different regions that are ready for you to use, right? Credit card number, bank account numbers, national ID numbers, and then you will apply the labeling through a sensitivity label, which is simply a tag. Like you see a tag on the clothes when you go for shopping in the mall, the sensitivity label is also simply a tag that indicates the value of the item to your organization. Okay, it can be applied manually or automatically. Once applied, the label gets embedded in the document and will follow the document everywhere it goes. A sensitivity label enables various protective behaviors such as mandatory watermarking or encryption. Then you have retention labels, which allows you to define how long a labeled item is kept and the steps to be taken prior to deleting it. They are also applied manually or automatically or via policies. Then you can filter the data. All right, that is where we see the Content Explorer and the data classification comes in. Now there are more things like Activity Explorer, which we'll talk about in the coming videos, and I'll also show you if adding my ID to these role groups made any difference or not. Would I be able to still see the Content Explorer or other options when it comes to data classifications? So stay tuned, and I will bring more interesting stuff about Microsoft Purview in my coming videos. We'll talk about the data connectors, we'll talk about device onboarding, we will talk about optical character recognition, we'll talk about data governance solutions, we'll also talk about data security solutions, risk and compliance solutions. Okay, so lots of interesting things are planned, and I hope this was informative for all of you. If you need any further information, please mention your comment and I will get back to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.